Hi, I'm going to be setting up a full LoRaWAN network from scratch and sending some test data. Stick to the end and you'll understand how a LoRaWAN node sends data onto a LoRaWAN gateway and then onto a LoRaWAN network server, and how to set up a network yourself. So this is the system we're going to be building. I'm making a LoRaWAN node that consists of a mini ESP and a SX1278 LoRa module. And here's the schematic. The LoRaWAN gateway I'm using is a Heltec HTM00, which is a very basic LoRaWAN gateway and only has 2 frequency channels. The LoRaWAN network server I'm going to be using is ChirpStack, and I'll be running that on an Orange Pi Zero. I've already installed ChirpStack and got it up and running, which is very easy by following their documentation. So here's their website, and here's the documentation, and they've got different install documentation for various platforms. With your LoRaWAN network server up and running, the first thing you're going to want to do is to add a LoRaWAN gateway. So in ChirpStack, if we go down to gateways, and we can set up a gateway like so. Add gateway, give it a name, give it a description, and then go to your LoRaWAN gateway. There'll be configuration to enable it to reach your LoRaWAN network server. Get its gateway ID and paste it here in this box. And then you're going to want to add in your location, at least roughly, because ChirpStack needs to select an appropriate jurisdiction for the radio frequency bands that are usable. By dropping this pin in East Anglia, that'll be good enough to select the correct frequency band. So here is my online LoRaWAN gateway, and my region ID is EU433. Now, a key concept to grasp is that a LoRaWAN gateway doesn't actually decode any packets it receives. It merely demodulates radio signals and then passes on the data to a LoRaWAN network server. This LoRaWAN gateway sends UDP packets of JSON data defined by Semtech up to the LoRaWAN network server, which is then interpreted for the application layer of the stack. Here's the LoRaWAN node I'll be using, which is an ESP32 connected to a LoRa module, and it's running some bare minimum LoRaWAN client code. I'm using this library here to build up valid LoRaWAN packets. And the definition of LoRaWAN packets is fully defined by the LoRa Alliance. So here's their release documentation, and scrolling down we see their packet definitions. LoRaWAN secures messages with AES encryption. There's one key for a network layer session and another key for the actual payload data. So someone can't simply just listen into a transmission in order to get the data payload. I'm going to be using activation by personalization, abbreviated ABP, which means that there's no joining process. A LoRaWAN node can simply start sending data. However, the LoRaWAN network server needs to know the session key and the application key of the LoRaWAN node in order to decrypt its data. Okay, so here you can see packets getting received by the LoRaWAN network server. Once the data has been decoded by your LoRaWAN network server, it can then get pushed on to other services and APIs. So the flow of data in this LoRaWAN network is as follows. A LoRaWAN node sends LoRaWAN packets via radio signal to a LoRaWAN gateway, which demodulates the radio signal and translates the data into UDP network messages to go onto the LoRaWAN network server. The LoRaWAN network server then consumes that data and creates a MQTT topic, which is then used at the application level. In conclusion, ChirpStack is really powerful. It might be overkill for small setups, but for a larger network, it is a great solution.